We here. How we get here? We here. But how did we get here? You see the difference? How we get here? Hey man, hey look, guys, real quick. Canelo versus Jermell Charlo. Is it an exciting fight? Absolutely. Anytime we get the top guys fighting each other, it's a plus for boxing. But my question is, when we get fights like this, why does common sense and logic just go out the window, right? Why do fans just become like robots, right? And what I mean by that is it's almost like a matrix, right? Some people know they in the matrix, but they just go along with life because that's just how it is. They can't change it. Some people in the matrix and they just don't even know they in it. And what I mean by that is when you talk about Canelo and who he should be fighting, there's only a few names that I've heard. And that's David Benavidez and that's Jermell Charlo. Within the last 5 years, those two names have been brought up hundreds of times, right? Hundreds of times. Since Canelo was at 154, Jermell Charlo, Big Charlo, Bigger Bro Charlo. That's the only Charlo I've ever heard associated with Canelo's name. I've never heard nobody say, man, I want to see Jermell fight Canelo at 168. Has anybody ever said that? So why is it that when these fights happen, all of a sudden everybody's for the fight? If you say something bad about the fight, you a hater. You don't want to see Jermell get his money. I'm hating because I don't want to see Jermell get his money. Jermell's getting his money. You shouldn't hate on Jermell getting his money. You act like you getting his money. I pay for Jermell's fights. I like Jermell Charlo. I pay for Jermell's fights. There's only a few fighters I pay to watch. There's Jermell, there's Gervonta Davis, Deontay Wilder, Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, and Terrence Crawford. Outside of that, I don't too much care to pay for your fight. I ain't gonna lie. Unless it's just a big match and it's got some excitement, I might pay to watch. If not, I'm just going to watch it when it come on YouTube or when it come on TV. Nobody's hating. I'm being logical. Can Jermell win against Canelo? First of all, let's put everything in perspective. You want to see Canelo fight the Mexican monster. Do you think he can beat David Benavidez at 168? You wouldn't even want to put him in the ring with him. Hell, we saying, and to be honest, I talked a lot of trash on Canelo, saying that he ducks David Benavidez, and he's scared of David Benavidez. But honestly, is he scared of him? Probably not. Is there a caution about fighting David Benavidez? Yeah, because there's risk involved. But do I think Canelo has a chance of beating David? Absolutely. If David comes just applying pressure and he can get down on the scorecards, if he gets stronger as the fight goes on. If Canelo's putting hands on him and boxing beautifully throughout the whole fight, he could break David down, to be honest. But David could stop him, right? He could. Okay, but I'm just saying. Do you think Jermell can beat David Benavidez at 168? So why all of a sudden now, this is a 4 belts, undisputed versus undisputed, Chuck. You don't want to see him get his money. You don't want to see him get his money against Canelo. Bruh, it has nothing to do with money. I buy these fighters t-shirts. I buy their fights. I support these fighters. I want him to get his money. But damn it, I want to see what I want to see. And I want to see a logical fight. I want to see a fight that makes sense. I don't want to see no fairy tale fights. that's just about money. Not me. Me personally, I don't want to do that. So do I think he could beat Canelo? There's a chance. He ain't going to stop him. Could he outpoint him? Maybe. There's a slim chance. Now that's one side of the coin, right? Now let's flip the other side of the coin. What's the other side of the coin, Chuck? He can get knocked out. He can get severely injured. Yeah, he's going up there and waiting and getting his money. He might not never be the same when he come back down. Huh? Kell Brook went up, jumped 2 weight classes to fight Triple G. He was never the same. Amir Khan jumped up in weight to fight Canelo Alvarez. He got knocked out severely, terribly knocked out. They make weight classes for a reason. And I made the comment about Jermell Charlo fighting Terrence Crawford, depending on if Terrence beat Crawford. If Terrence beat Spence. I made the comment about Jermell Charlo fighting Terrence Crawford, undisputed versus undisputed, depending upon if Terrence Crawford beat Errol Spence. I'm not saying Crawford gonna beat Errol Spence. I'm just hypothetically speaking about the fight. I said that Jermell Charlo was adamant about not fighting Terrence Crawford. Every time they brought up Terrence Crawford, even though they was hypothetically speaking, hey, would you fight Terrence Crawford if he beats Errol Spence? And he was, why are we talking about this dude? For him to go on to do the total opposite is contradictory to me. They say, well, Terrence ain't beat Spence yet. He ain't got the belt. He ain't undisputed yet, Chuck. What are you talking about, man? He ain't fair. Let's be fair. He ain't even beat Spence. Fight's only 2-3 weeks out. You couldn't wait to get the results and then pick and choose? Then? Huh? So that's my whole thing is, man, boxers, as fans, if we want certain fights, we have to demand certain fights and stick to the script. You want to see Mayweather versus Pacquiao? That's the fight we wanted to see. Instead, we had to get Pacquiao, Margarito, Pacquiao, Mosley, Pacquiao, Hatton, Floyd versus all these other BS people. Then 9 years later, we finally got the fight we wanted to see. And then everybody was act like it didn't happen. Not this prolonged. It didn't happen. Everybody bought the fight and they spent all their money and they bought a dud. Same thing with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Everybody want to see the fight. The moment these people, the matchmakers know, okay, they want to see Spence and they want to see Terrence Crawford fight. Okay, let's prolong it. Let's build these guys up and then give it to them 6 years later when the fight ain't worth nothing. They do it all the time. Now we want to see Jermell versus Crawford. We want to see Canelo versus Benavidez. Canelo versus Jermell Charlo. Now we get this, and they didn't forgot all of it. They didn't forgot. Now they on this. And this is the best fight since sliced bread. Come on, man. What am I dealing with in YouTube land? How is this the best fight? Yeah, okay, on paper, Jermell, it's exciting. I get it. But man, where's the Lord of Logic go? It just went out the window, man. God dang, come back, baby. That's all I'm saying, man. Now everybody on here giving their predictions for the fight. And they saying all this fairy tale talk, man. It's fairy tale talk. Be honest, he ain't really got a chance to beat Canelo at 168. Y'all talk like Canelo a washed up chump. He's one of the best pound for pound face of boxing. For a reason. Slim chance to none, man. I'm out of here, man. Let me know what y'all think, man.